I'm very excited about this time of ministry that we're going to have. I love being around couples that have their finger on the pulse of God, that my spiritual baby jumps within me as they speak and prophesy and just expose the deeper things of God. And so it's such a joy to have you back today, Jolene and Jon.
So great to be here.
Thank you so much. I do want to say your new book, Turnaround, this is something everyone needs to get. I'm sure you're going to tell us about it. I haven't had a chance to read this one, but this one is phenomenal. And the White House Watchman, I know you've authored many others, and you're brilliant. And I'm so glad that God is just using you to torment the devil and shake up Satan's camp. And I so appreciate how you minister together too as husband and wife. You're so honoring of her. That touched me when I was watching some of your broadcasts. Just anyway, that's the mushy stuff. So, but let's talk about, or let's start with the testimony about your son, Jonathan, because there's so many moms and dads watching, and just share, set it up about what the Lord spoke to you about how he wanted to take care of your house first. So set that up and then share about that miracle.
Sure, Jen. Well, we shared in the last broadcast about Daniel 7:22, judgment in favor of the saints, restraining the enemy and releasing the saints to possess the kingdom. And when we received that verdict first on 7/22 of 2014, we thought we were just going to take the world. We're going to take the nation for Jesus. We're going to see turnaround on a national level. And it was like the Lord just kind of cleared his throat and said, excuse me, but before you stand for a turnaround for your nation, you need to first stand for a turnaround in your own family. And, you know, I've had so many words from the Lord, prophetic words, that have energized me and strengthened me. This one, like, diluted me. I got drained of faith immediately because sometimes it's harder to pray for your own family than to pray for the nation.
That is the truth.
So, you know, I wrestled through it, and we finally talked with our board, talked with folks in the Lamplighter community, and decided that we would do a year-long project called Turnaround Tuesday, where we would take every Tuesday to pray for our sons and daughters, to take time to fast and pray for our sons and daughters. I'm not as adept at fasting, especially when it comes to zucchini nachos, but we decided to launch actually on Christmas Day.
Wow, what a day.
Christmas Day 2015, we started praying, and we prayed Daniel 7:22. We actually prayed two scriptures, Daniel 7:22 and also Isaiah 49:25.
Which says?
Isaiah 49:25 is a great passage. It says, even the captives of the tyrant will be rescued, for I will contend with the one who contends with you, and I will save your children. It is so powerful. It is so absolutely powerful. And in fact, the Lord gave me that passage of scripture in a time when our daughter had tumbled down some stairs. And as I was running to rescue her, I heard the Lord say, Isaiah 49:25. We actually went to the hospital, and she was fine, not a bruise. It was almost supernatural.
Praise God.
And got back, put her to bed, and I finally had a chance to open my Bible and look at Isaiah 49:25, and I wept because it said, I will contend, and I will save your children. And I experienced it, and then it became a reality, a promise that carried through every day of her life and our lives.
So God said, Christmas Day.
Day.
Start this. He gave you the two scriptures.
Start in, yeah. And so our Lamplighter community began to pray. We began to really pray in earnest. Not that we didn't pray, but we re-engaged at our heart level.
Yeah. Intentional.
Yeah.
Focused.
And it was amazing. Jen, 1 year to the day, on Christmas Day 2015, we started Christmas Day 2014, yes. Christmas Day 2015, I get a knock on the door early in the morning. from my son Jonathan. And he's 25 years old. He had kind of gone a way different path in college and experimented with drugs and experimented with other things and didn't know if he wanted to, embrace Jesus. So Christmas Day 2015, he knocks on the door and he says, "Dad," I'm like, "Do you want to open presents now? What's going on here?" And he said, "No, I want to let you know I came home last night." And I said, "What do you mean? You came home?" He said, "I'm glad you're home and glad you're with us. This is fantastic." And he said, "You don't understand. I had a vision, an open vision. Jesus appeared to me in a vision."
Thank you, Jesus.
And he extended his hand and compelled me to come home. And I said yes, and I gave my life back to him.
I need to have him on the show. Come on.
That's true. Go ahead and
I kind of thought of
bring
that
'em
in sharing
home.
this, because that was the exact word. Please come home.
That's part of my testimony, which I won't say now, but when I got born again, Sheila Walsh sang a song on
goodness.
700 Club called Jennifer Come Home.
Wow.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
that's why we have the name of this program.
That's beautiful.
So I need to meet Jonathan. It sounds like he and I, probably hear the same
could talk,
verbiage.
yeah.
Okay, so I didn't mean to insert that, but I just, isn't that
No,
precious?
that touches my
That's
heart.
precious.
Yeah.
And so many of your viewers have children that you feel like there's no way. You've tried everything. You've spoken kindly. You've spoken wisdom. You've spoken firmly. You've done all that you can do. You've prayed, and you haven't gotten anywhere. Well, I want to let you know that the Lord is after your son,
Yes.
after your daughter. He loves them even more than you do. And he wants them to come home
Yes.
even more than you do. I want to encourage you. We've launched this Turnaround Tuesday movement again. Take every Tuesday to fast and pray for your children.
Yes.
Contend for them. Lay claim to Daniel 7:22. It's actually a courtroom verdict. Jesus died and rose again to gain it on your behalf. Judgment in your favor. Restraining the forces of darkness that are trying to take your children down. And releasing you and releasing your children to possess their covenant destiny.
Yes.
And I want to pray for all you parents who feel like you've made mistakes or you've done the unpardonable sin in parenting. And there's a lot of things we've done, and there's a lot of guilt and shame that we carry over how we've raised our children. But I know that the Lord, He spoke to us even in our podcast, just that we just did, that He's turning the hearts of the fathers to the children, and we talk about that a lot. But He spoke to me, I'm turning your hearts. He's actually pulling stuff out of our own hearts and our own lives to help us turn our hearts so that our hearts are more tender and able to minister to our children in an entirely different way. And the Lord is doing that now, and He's healing and restoring families. Part of the beautiful part of this story is the Lord restored everything our son had lost. He came back to the girlfriend he broke up with. He ended up marrying her, and restoration after restoration happened. So He healed the family, and He restored back even better than the original. And that can happen in your family as well.